everybody, today's video is going to be a collective haul from Target, Priceline and Shop Miss A. I have a shopping problem and I thought I would share what I bought with you. So first place is I went to Target. Target in Australia is different to the Target that is in the US. Our Target is your Kmart is our Target. From what I understand anyway. I picked up another Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer. This is one of my favorite concealers. It is just really brightening and I really quite like it for underneath the eyes. The next thing that I bought is a Chi Chi Beauty on the Go palette. And I have bought this because I am now doing monthly giveaways over on my blog, Outer Jane. So this is going to be the first prize that I'm giving away at the end of April. So if you would like to know how to enter that or you want some more information, I will leave a link to it down in the description below. And the next thing and the last thing that I also bought from Target is also for a monthly giveaway, and this time I got another NYX liquid suede vault thing. This will be coming up in a giveaway soon, so again, if you would like to know how you can enter, make sure you check the description box down below where I'll have a link for you. Next place I went shopping was Priceline. So I got a couple of little random bits and pieces in Priceline. The first thing that I got is the NYX, what's it called, Skinny Marker. So it is just an eyeliner basically, and I have used this once before and I used it on a night out. It was really hot and muggy, and let me tell you, this liner held up so well. I was really surprised. So it is just another marker liner. So it just has the world's finest tip on it, and you literally just draw with that on your eye. It is so pigmented, like I am barely touching that. It's a really nice thin line, so you can really get a couple of good looks out of it. So from that one night alone, I feel like this may push my Maybelline Precise off its little pedestal, because this was pretty impressive and it was very pigmented. So I am looking forward to seeing how this holds up a few more times. The next thing that I got is just a little bit of a skincare thing. I picked up the Biore Natural Charcoal Nose Strips. I really quite like doing nose strips every now and again, and I've never tried the Biore ones with the charcoal. I tried the regular Biore ones and I quite like them, so I wanted to give this one a go with charcoal because I keep seeing everywhere on Facebook about how charcoal is really good to clear out your pores. So I wanted to give this a go and see how it works. So the next thing I picked up was something to treat myself, and because I was really curious to see how it would work, I've never tried any of their eyeshadows or many of their face products before actually, and it is the NYX Beauty School Dropout palette. So this is what it looks like out of the box. It's quite a thick like compact, and you just flick off that and it opens like a book. So when you open it one way, you get a mirror and you get a couple of like sort of eye kind of looks, I guess, and then you open it again and you get all of the product. So you get a whole sheet of eyeshadows, and then you get blushes, highlighters and bronzers as well on the other side. I thought this was a pretty good indication of the quality of NYX face products. As I said, I've never really had a go of their face products before, so this was the first time I've actually invested any of my love or any of my hopes and dreams into their face products, so I really hope that this does work out. So I'll do a couple of quick swatches of the eyeshadows. So I just swatched the white eyeshadow there. That is insane. That is so pigmented. Those are the 4 finger swatches there. And on the back of my hand, if I can try and, whoa. Oh, fuck that up. And there they are there on the back of my hand. Like, that's pretty crazy pigmentation, so I'm excited to see how they wear and look on the lid. especially that orange color. Like that is a gorgeous duochrome yellowy orange, and even this one is like a browny purple duochrome. It's really, really pretty, so I'm pretty excited to see how that works out. I'll swatch the blushes for you as well. So you get 3 blushes in this palette. You get a nudie, like a more neutral brown kind of blush shade, a orangey blush shade, and then a real pink blush shade. So there they are there on my fingers. And then just on the back of my hand, it's in there. So they seem really nice and pigmented. Maybe the real hot pink one looks a tiny bit patchy, like the tiniest bit patchy. But as normal with blushes, I always find that they go better on the skin than they ever do when they swatch, like 9 times out of 10. So I will reserve my verdict for those in a either later video or blog post, so make sure you keep your eye out for that. So the last thing I'll do is swatch some of the highlighters. So they've got 2 highlighters in this one. They have a gold one and a more pinky toned one. So there they are swatched on my hand. It looks to me like the gold one is a little bit more pigmented than the pinky one, which is a shame because the pinky one probably is the only one that's going to look really good on my skin tone, but I'll give them a go anyway. And as I said before too, you also get 2 bronzing shades. So it looks like you get a more matte bronzing shade and then a shimmer bronzing shade as well. So I will be interested to give that a go. The next thing that I picked up is just a replacement of one of my ultimate favorite powders from the drugstore, Priceline, whatever you want to call it. It is the Australis Fresh and Flawless Face Powder. I find this one is actually a really good dupe for the MAC Fix Plus, I think it is called, face powder. It has a really nice coverage, and sometimes I like to wear this powder literally just with a bit of concealer and then just the powder, so no foundation. I use this as my actual foundation. And the next thing I got is an eyebrow tint from Australis. So I've never tried any of their brow products like as a tint form, so I picked this one up. It's just called Tint My Brow, and I got it in dark brown. So it is just one of those like squeezy tubes, and you pull it out and then you've got a teeny tiny little wand, and it looks like it's got a little bit of fibre in it but not a lot, and then you just brush it through your brows. I have used this a couple of times since I got it, and I really like it. And the last thing I bought from Priceline is another eyeshadow palette. Again, I have absolutely no self-control, don't judge me. This is the Models Prefer Complete Nude Shadows tin. So the Models Prefer range is actually Priceline's own brand from what I've read, so don't quote me on that, but that's what I've heard. So I picked this one up, and I picked up the Duo one that had both, so matte and shimmer, just to save time, basically. So this is what it looks like. It is a tin packaging, so you get a really decent mirror, so that would be perfect for traveling. Like, that is a huge mirror. And you also get a brush, so a double-ended brush, and then you have the actual shades themselves. So it looks like you've got the shimmer in that whole range, and then the mattes all there. So I'll do just a couple of swatches just to see what we're working with. Powdery and chunky to me, but there's 4 there of their matte shades. And on the back of my hand, oh, that one just literally looks like I picked up dirt. It's not getting better. Right, okay, so you can see nothing of the other 2 swatches there, and these 2 are super patchy and almost no pigment, so that's off to a great start. Maybe there'll be some hidden gems. So I'll try the shimmer ones now. That is 4 shimmer shades. This gold one looks really crumbly, but let's see. Okay, that's without me blending that in on the back of my hand. The white one is actually quite nice. It's a little bit, it's skipping a tiny bit on my hand, but that looks like it could be a nice inner corner highlight. The more nudie one that I swatched is disappearing, and the gold one is a pretty shadow, but it's flaking off. And the more brown one, that one's actually really pretty. So it's a brown one with sort of gold reflex through it. So it looks a little bit better now that I've kind of like blended it a bit with my finger. Jury's out on that palette so far. I mean, I'm not super blown away by those, which is a shame. Now, before I get on to Shop Miss A, I do want to mention that I picked this up as well from Amazon. It is the M Berry Miracle Fruit Tablets, because Daniel has agreed to do the taste tripping video with me. So basically these are going around on YouTube at the moment. They're really popular and they dissolve on your tongue and they change the taste of food. So like they make things really sweet, or they basically just do the opposite of what that food is meant to taste like. So Daniel and I are going to give these a go. And the last place that I went shopping, again, was Shop Miss A. So I have already done a haul from Shop Miss A in the past, which I will leave a link to that in the description below and like a card somewhere. They are essentially a $1 store, but for makeup. So a $1 US store. So for Australia, I think it equates to like $1.30 for each product. This one, basically, I went in and got more of their lipsticks from different brands that they sell. I got a highlighter, I think, and I also got one of those things you can put on the back of your phone for your hand to slide in so you're not balancing your phone on like your pink. But currently it is on the back of my phone, so I can't show you because I'm filming on my phone, but I will insert a picture of what I bought here so you can get the idea of it. So far, I really like it. It rotates in a 360, so you can have it however angle you want, and you can use it to sort of support your phone onto a stand as well. So that was one of the things I bought, and I believe that was also like $1.30. And then onto the rest of it. So before I get onto the lippies, I picked up this A2O, which was like a new product on the website, and it's a highlighter. I picked up the lighter shade one, so they had more really rainbow toned ones, like really vibrant rainbow toned ones. I picked up this one, which is a little bit lighter. Looks very, very powdery on the finger. But it does... it looks pretty nice on the back of the hand. Be interested to see how that works on my face. The next thing that I got is just another pair of another eyelash glue. I picked this one up in dark again. This is a different brand to the one that I used before. And now onto the multitude of lippies. So I will do swatches of all of the ones that I bought, and I will more than likely update you in a future blog post of how I actually feel of the formula and stuff like that once I get to wearing them. So the first things that I picked up are just really cool. They are liquid lipsticks from Santee, which is the same brand that I picked up last time, but they are in little wine bottles. I have seen this on Pinterest and a couple of other places on Facebook as well. I think we're talking about it. I don't know if they were talking about this specific brand, but they were talking about the idea of liquid lipstick made out of wine or in wine bottles or something like that. I don't know if these ones are made out of wine or like have wine in the ingredients, but I picked them up anyway because they just look really cute. So I got them in a deep red. It does not have the shade on it. What I will do is leave a blog post in the description where I have actually linked to all of the products that I've bought. So if you're curious, you can click on through to that. So you just unscrew the lid. And then you got a little tiny little doe foot applicator. Ooh. Okay, so that one's a really nice deep red. The next one is this light sort of pinky shade. Ooh, they smell really sweet. So there's that one. I know I'm going over it a few times, but they actually are pretty pigmented in one swipe. So there's that peachy pink. And then the last one I got in that range is like this deep berry sort of wine looking color. So that's it with one swipe. So they are really pigmented. So there's that one there. I am going to wipe the sets off as I go because I don't want to end up with 40,000 swatches on my skin. So the next ones that I got are from the brand, I think they're called a Muse. And they are, I got 3 of their shades. I am not the biggest fan of this packaging straight off the bat. I don't really like rhinestone sort of fake packaging. I think it just looks a little bit tacky, but that's just my personal preference. They're in like a plastic tube, and I picked them up again, like I said, in 3 shades. These ones just smell like your everyday night, like normal lipsticks. So there's one swipe, and then just to, that one is in the shade 20655. The next one is more of like a red, and one sort of swipe there, and that one is in the shade 20650. That's a nice shade. And the last one I got is more of like a light pinky colour. Go away, fly. This one's in the shade 20658. So that one looks a tiny bit patchy. Again, those ones are pretty stuck on there. Okay, so the next ones that I picked up are just more of the same formula of the ones that I hauled in my first one, which is just the Santee Long Lasting Matte Liquid Lipsticks. So I just picked up 4 more shades in that range. The first one is number 24, which is almost like a Barbie pink sort of, that kind of reminds me of. And let's see if we can do it again. Oh, yes. Okay, so on my first haul, I was obsessed with these liquid lipsticks because they have like this clear tube here, and then when you pull the applicator out, you can actually see it sucking the rest of the product off, and it is the most satisfying thing. So, you ready? I'm really hoping that's gonna focus. Again, these ones have a really strong sweet smell. Yeah, it's a little bit more coral, but still very pretty. The next one is shade 9, and it's a more like watermelon-y shade. Oh, we have another clear tube. And a little bit more watermelon. Oh, no, okay, hang on. That's more of a red. It looks more watermelon in the tube, but it's actually more of a red on my arm. The next one, I got shade 11, which is like obviously a purple, and I got it more out of curiosity because I wanted to see how they formulated these kind of shades. Ooh, look at that. That one's a bit patchy, but I don't know if it's just because I'm trying to swatch it with my left hand, and so my control is not that great. And then the last one of that formula is 06, which again is like another pink shade. When I did the last haul, I did more like nudie browns, and so I wanted to do more pinky kind of shades, more reddy shades in the collection. Yeah, so that one's a real like everyday pink for me. So I've got 3 ones left, so I'm going to swatch them on the back of my hand just because my 2 arms are like red and stained already. So this one is a Santee lipstick again, but it's a different collection to these ones. So this is the only one of this range that I picked up. So there that is on the back of my hand. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous red shade. And then the last 2 that I picked up is the Clean Colour Madly Matte Lip Glosses. So I just got 2 shades. So I'll do the lavendery one first. This is 1603. Ooh, squeaky. My applicator has broken off. So I have found another applicator that was just out of one of those like DIY lip gloss kit things. It came with tubes and stuff. Okay, so I can't screw it shut with this one unfortunately, but I can at least get a swatch out of it. So there that one is on the back of my hand there. So it's just a really nice like lavendery type shade. Weirdly kind of similar to the shirt I'm wearing. And finally the last one is 1601. This one better have a applicator that works. Okay, so there's that one there. So it's just a really nice like peachy pink nude. It's really pretty. Very similar to 40 other shades I have, but that's okay. Okay, so I might apply the Santee wine one in the like the berry tone one to my lips, and we'll see how that works. So I'll just wipe off what I have on my lips at the moment. And what I might do is actually wear this one for the rest of the day, and I'll just leave a little note in the description box about how it that is everything for this collective haul. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up and support my shopping addiction. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have not already. If you are interested in finding out about how you can win the Chi Chi Beauty on the Go palette, make sure you check out the description box because I have left a link in there for you that has all of the information and how to enter and all of that sort of good stuff. So check that out if you are interested. I will see you in the next video.